Welcome to Retirement with Jim. So today we're going to talk about regrets in retirement. Oh my God. So before we get started, if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Hit the notification button, the bell for future videos, and leave comments. Love to hear from you. Love to see what your thoughts and perspectives are on the topics. So let's get started. So there was a survey done by Transamerica Financial about regrets in retirement. So here's some of their findings. So the first thing is 76% of people wish they saved more consistently. So we always hear it. People say, save, save, save. And the reason it's repeated time and time again is because people just don't do it. They don't get started, and they, even on the smallest scale, I'll get to it later, I can't do it now. And it's easier to have reasons not to do it than to figure out what sacrifices you may have to make and get started. And yes, there are going to be sacrifices. Nobody ever wants to admit to there are sacrifices you make, for that long-term goal. So forgive me if I look down. I've got my notes here. 69% said they wanted to learn more about investing. Let me tell you, that's a huge thing right there. Right behind starting to get saved and save your money is learning how to invest, where to put your money, and a lot of times people don't ask, because they're afraid they'll look foolish, and they don't ask professionals. There was a woman who put $6,000. Read this story. Put $6,000 in her Roth IRA, and whole year went by and kind of nothing. Well, it's because she didn't kind of put in there where she wanted her money to go, what funds, and where to start growing the money. And don't know what part of that communication got missed, but once she figured that out, in the first year she ended up making $41,000 on that $6,000. So eventually she looked at that and went, wow, I let a whole year go by because I didn't understand how the funding part of it worked, what I had to do. Excuse me. So it brings that question into focus. People want to learn more about how to invest. An important tool. Ask professionals. Don't be shy. That's what they do. So next is 50% wanted more info from their employer on how to in regards to their 401k. Now, 401ks have gotten better. So this might not apply as much because 401ks are, the companies that have it are really in tune with helping their employees save money with all kinds of help and the help desk. And in many cases, they actually make it, they have auto enroll. And because of that, they actually make it harder. You have to unenroll if you want and opt out of the program, which is kind of a smart thing because it forces people into, saving money that they need to. But earlier years and smaller companies may not have necessarily the resources, and so they're maybe not so in tune to the how-tos, to give as much information to their employees as possible. Next up on the list is 49%. This is a big one, had too much debt. Student loan, car loans, credit card debt, as they went into retirement. So I had debt, my wife and I, we had debt. We put a plan together and we got rid of it all. So by the time we retired, the cars actually were long paid off, but credit cards were paid off, and we went in debt free. So it's important that you take a look at that and kind of say, okay, what kind of plan do I have to put together? Does that mean I take a part-time gig, and take all that money and apply it towards the debt? Do you take out a a loan that has a secured, a set amount of interest, and then use that money to pay off all your credit cards or your car, whatever it may be, even though your car is a set amount, it's usually too high, and pay that off. And then you can, of course, then work to pay down that one loan you might have taken. Not a bad plan. But because if you're good about it, you put the credit cards away, stop creating more debt. By the time you go into retirement, you will be debt free. You will be so much more happy for it. So keep that in mind. Next thing up on the list is 49% people said that they waited too long to get started. Now, I can relate to that myself. In my 20s, I wasn't even thinking about retirement. Wasn't even on my radar at all. I was living life, having a great time, having fun. I was having so much fun, it carried over into my 30s. So I didn't get started until I was in my 40s. So my regret for me, yeah, I let 10 years go by at least. And I should have started in my 30s because that was 10 more years of saving, 10 more years of daily compound interest. Ooh, there's the magic. There's where you really benefit. And so, should I have gotten started? Yes. Looking back on it, undoubtedly. But realistically, you know what? Most people aren't going to get started in their 20s. Some do, and good for them. But most don't because they're just living life, having fun, and enjoying it. Not serious till you should get serious in your 30s. You really should. Because you really can set yourself up for a great amount of success in retirement and feel much more comfortable about what you have and your plan, and you're kind of good. So whether you're retiring a little bit early and retiring early, okay, it's great to get out of the work world, but if you can get as close to retirement age as possible, the full retirement age, you might be better and well suited for it. And, there you go. So, to avoid some of those regrets, well, the first thing is, again, you hear it all the time, save, save, save. Now, it's a repeated thing, and people after a while go, oh my God, you're just preaching. But you know what? Everyone preaches because people don't do it. They don't get started. They don't save. And so they need to be reminded, if you're not saving, you're not getting ready. You're not getting yourself prepared. So it's the number one thing that is said all the time, and for a reason. So, and it's easy to come up with excuses of why not to. Oh, I got too many bills, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and you're living your life, and you want to buy the things you want. You got to be willing to make a few sacrifices. Once you get started, I guarantee you that you can then not think about it so much, and the money just keeps going in there. And as that happens, it grows. So you can do things like when you get more raise or an annual raise, if you get one, put the raise into the 401k or into your IRA. Do something, good for that future, because you're not going to be able to help that future once the future is there. You've got to be doing everything to prepare for it now. Next thing is learn how to invest. I wasn't so knowledgeable. They didn't teach that in school, and nobody taught, and they really should. They want the next generations to get better at how to save. They should start teaching that in high school, how to save, what to do, and how to learn to invest. Let's face it, all of us are not necessarily experts on how to invest, and that's understandable. But where to get the resources, where to learn how to invest. And you should have a basic understanding so that you can do the best for yourself, and what you want your money to grow to. Next thing is, don't pile up the debt. Now, all of us, that's a hard thing to do. There are things we all want in life, and there are other things that, maybe emergencies we have to put on our credit card. And you've got maybe student loan debt. I didn't have that, so there was one thing I didn't have to worry about solving. I did have, auto loans and of course, paid those off during the course of my lifetime buying, new vehicles. But once you get to retirement, you don't want to have a car loan. You don't want the credit card debt. We got rid of all of our credit card debt. Very happy that we did. And now we just use it for the points. We put things on credit and we pay the bill off every month. We actually probably pay the bill twice a month, so we never have an outstanding balance. And good habit to get into. Easy way to earn rewards. If you're just paying your bill out of your debit, out of your bank account, you're not earning anything out of it. You're paying it. That's good. But what you can put on credit cards and get a reward program, yeah, it might be in your interest to look at that. And next thing is prioritize your health. You need to know that you're going to have health issues once you get older. Everyone does. If you're one of the lucky, maybe 1% that doesn't, God bless you. But all of us are going to have some kind of issues that we're going to have to deal with. So get healthy early and stay healthy. Eat healthy, exercise, and live a fairly healthy life. You will thank yourself later for it. And know what your history is. Know what your family history is. Most importantly, what might you come up against? And, ask your parents, look at the rest of your family history. What did they deal with? So you have an idea of what you might deal with. And the last thing is have something to be passionate about. It makes when you retire, it makes retirement a little bit more enjoyable because you have something you love to do. Like I love to do the YouTube videos, but I love to do them because I love to help others and pass on the knowledge of things that I know that you can, one, either avoid or two, do to make your retirement a more enjoyable thing. So I love passing on the knowledge because I think it's an important thing and that people have a resource to be able to, the do's and don'ts. And don't make the mistakes that I might have made and learn from them. And so for me, I love doing these videos. They're fun. They're enjoyable. But they have an educational value in my mind to them. So if you like my content, please hit the like and subscribe button and leave me comments. And I'm going to tell you, have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.